I forgot where we left off. Crap. Well, what are we doing? Oh, the nice thing, I do have a to-do, so this is good. Explore Beulah. Locate Hobbs Barrow. Find a way into the postmaster's storeroom. Find Jane. No, I have not one yet. Not yet. Jane is hiding in what appears to be an underground cave system. I need a light source to investigate further. So I need a light. My crate is inside. How can I get in there without attracting too much attention? And then... Alright, well, we just gotta go exploring, I think.
The wardrobe looks old, perhaps 100 years or more in age. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty.
Alright. Let's get out of here. We need a light. Let's talk to Stanley.
I've decided to find Hobbs Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
Are you sure that's a wise idea, lass?
What other choice do I have? I have a feeling he is avoiding me. Do you know where I can find the barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
This guy's never gonna talk to me. I bet you this is the guy.
Good day, sir.
He's just a drunken mess.
I've no use for ashes. I must say, last night has rather put me off using these toilets.
But what if you gotta pee? You just gotta go in there. Who's a... Yeah, kinda. I did have a few glasses of wine last night. At the party. I had, the final Christmas party for the year. Husband had 5 beers, and I had 3 glasses of wine. It was good.
Sturdy-looking barrels, no doubt used to store ale.
But that's all. No more booze for a long while. Too much. Yes, 5 beers.
Good day.
He got a, he saw the doctor, and she said, yeah, every once in a while you can. So.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
I heard he owns the whole county.
Have you met him?
No, he lives out on the moors somewhere. But everyone does what he tells them to.
Why's that?
Because he has a lot of money.
Goodbye.
Makes sense. Yes, he's fine. You drank him over like a 7-hour period.
Nobody home. The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
Okay, well, just let me go. I want to go out there. Come on. Do I have to talk to this guy again?
Hello?
Oh, I have to ask everybody about Lord Panswick now.
What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
Naught to say, except don't be sniffing around his lordship's manor. You'll end up with a round of shot in you.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Just mind your own business around here.
I really must find Hobbs Barrow.
What did I tell you last time? Naught to be found digging around in those things.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
A small plaque beside the door reads Vicarage. I don't think anyone is home. Good day.
Hello, miss.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
Not a lot. I know he's in charge around here.
Does he come to the village often?
Not really. He has a manor out on the moors.
Have you ever been there?
Heavens, no. Villagers aren't allowed there.
Why not?
Dunno. It's just the way it is.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Right.
Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care. The cross denotes this as the site of a market, or perhaps a site of traditional religious significance.
I need a crowbar.
The sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's.
Maybe it's open.
No one here.
Why is everything closed in this town? It's not even the weekend.
A local dwelling.
Yes, I am drinking an iced latte today.
Good day.
Again.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, might I borrow your lantern?
Sorry, lass. I need it. My eyesight is not what it used to be. The extra light helps me see what I'm hammering.
I understand.
But it means more waters. Right? Ice is water. It's helping keeping me hydrated.
I noticed your spectacular fossil specimen.
Oh, I collect them. This one is called an...
Ammonite.
I'm impressed, lass.
From the Jurassic period, I'd venture.
Do you collect them too, then?
My true interests lie in comparatively modern history.
Oh, aye. Well, I do love a fossil. It's important to remember that we all end up in the soil eventually.
Quite.
That's a little dark.
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
His lordship commands much respect around here, lass. Keeps me busy with work. Why do you ask?
Just curious. Thanks for your time.
Okay.
Aye. Speak to you later.
So he collects those fossils, right? And there's that fossil at the brook. If I can get that out of the rock, maybe he'll give me his lantern as a thank you. What do you mean, dork? Hold on, it's cold. It's cold with the being cold in the house and me drinking an iced latte. Let me take my big Reaper blanket and wrap it around me. Because it is actually very warm and very soft and comfy. This was a great Christmas present. I said dark, not dork. Oh yeah, this is the good stuff. Alright. Probably, but alright, this guy just
Day
hates
to you,
everybody.
Cyril.
I'll do, lass.
What do you make of Henry Long?
An idiot who thinks that station's a good idea. Can you imagine? Strangers pouring into Bewley. Turns the stomach, that does.
Maybe he has a point. You could travel.
Bah! You're an outsider. I'd expect you to have such a bad opinion. But Henry, he's a Bewley lad. We've had the odd Barney or two in the pub over it all.
I can imagine.
I have no idea what negative 20 is. Oh my god. You know what? Don't get me started.
Can I buy you a drink, Cyril?
Now,
Yes.
go on then, lass.
Follow me.
Oh.
So then he turns around and says, "Why is a dog like a tree?" And I says, "I don't know." And he says, "Because they both lose their bark once they're dead."
Very droll, Cyril. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I must be off.
Aye, lass. Ta for the drink. You're not too bad for an outsider.
Not too bad for an outsider, eh?
Cyril seems gruff and unwelcoming, but I sense he may be a kind man under this facade.
-4? When? Next week? No, man, it's cold! I'm gonna have to be wrapped up in my blanket all week. Ugh. Alright.
Thanks again for the ale, lass. Now leave me be.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Alright. So I don't know what that did for me.
Good.
know what? I don't want to talk
Yes?
to him anymore. Or
Are
fine.
you sure you don't know where Hobbs Barrow is?
Sorry, lass.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Yeah, the blacksmith is he's a decent guy. All right, so
A humble dwelling.
nothing. Is there anything around here that I couldn't do before? I guess not. Oh, I need warmth.
I don't think anyone is home.
Oh, little brat. Aha!
I can't pry the fossil from the rock with my bare hands.
What do I have? A hairpin? Ooh, a trowel.
The trowel is too blunt to chip away at the rock.
Ugh, what do I have? A worm. I need something. I need something a little bit better.
The water is icy cold. They aren't mine to take.
All right, I gotta come back. I needs that fossil.
It's locked. The flowers have long since dried out. I don't want them. A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years.
I don't think I'm getting anything else here. No more exits.
Extraordinary craftsmanship.
All right.
Hello.
Good day.
What do you know about Lord Panswick?
Wretched man. They say he is restoring a chapel near his manor. But for whom and to what god, I ask?
Is he a man of faith?
I've barely seen him set foot in St. Edmunds. It doesn't stop him from acting as our God-given ruler. Stay away from him, pet. Don't get yourself tangled up in local affairs.
I certainly don't intend to.
Oh, but we are going to visit Lord Panswick.
Are you sure you don't know where Hobbs Barrow is?
Hobbs, what?
Never mind. Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Wait, but I can still ask her about him again.
Hello.
Let me ask again.
Good day.
Why did you call Lord Panswick wretched?
He hides in that manor of his and cares not for his people. I've heard stories whispered in the pews, you know,
What kind of stories?
that he shoots people on sight.
What?
Anyone that strays onto Panswick Manor.
Good grief.
Yet he will walk into the plough and furrow and bar ale for all and be hailed as our protector. I answer to God and God alone. Forgive me, pet. I shouldn't get so worked up.
Not at all. I appreciate your honesty, Mrs. Duplancy. Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Well,
I can't think of anything else.
all right, let's go. I don't think the blacksmith has anything else for me. Headstone.
Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence.
I wonder if I'm gonna need to know about these. Do something with the head. Ooh, there's a fresh grave.
This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave.
Well, let's see here.
I may be a barrow digger, but I am no grave robber.
Dang it. Isn't that the same thing? Put the worm in here.
That's a peculiar idea.
Well, the worm can eat the body.
I've already taken one.
Do I need another one? I want to go to these houses.
The moors stretch into the distance. I don't wish to wander aimlessly.
But I do! Oh my god. Alright, fine. I am peculiar, I know. I don't see anything. Yeah, sometimes getting lost can be fun. Have you ever just... Oh crap. I need to do that. Oh no. I can't see you guys now. There. Haven't you ever gotten lost? I guess I can't. Alright, let's see. Mr. Shoulder's cottage, the Devil's Toe. Let's go to the Devil's Toe. Why won't it let me go there? There. Oh. Oh, it's right here!
What a peculiar name. The Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself.
I am not lost.
I don't wish to dig it up. No, that won't work.
What am I supposed to do with this
The
thing?
Devil's Toe. A local landmark.
Oh no, chimkins. Carved stone.
A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon. A carved stone has been, I think,
I guess I can't do anything with
bolted
it.
onto the door itself. I can't remove it.
Yep, chimkins.
That's a peculiar idea. That is not coming off.
Dang it.
That's a peculiar...
No, it's not. I'm just gonna break in. Just let me break in.
I've no desire...
Let me just...
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Yes, a pickaxe. I know. I know.
Slightly damp. I can't pick this type of lock with a hairpin.
Nice try. But nope. But I can pick the lock with something.
This key doesn't fit here. I can't see how that will help me. I don't wish to beat my way in.
But I do. Ugh. Fine. Where are we going?
What can you tell me about Lord Panswick?
Oh, you've heard of his lordship, then?
Yes, do you know him?
Aye. He comes into the village from time to time, gives sweets to the children, hires young men to work his land. He's well liked around here.
I sense some hesitation, Mr. Tillett.
Well, we kind of have an unspoken agreement with his lordship. He looks after us, provided we leave him alone.
I don't follow.
He likes his privacy.
Some people do.
No one is allowed to visit him.
Do you mean to say that he's a bit eccentric?
No. I've heard people got fired at when approaching his manor uninvited.
Good grief! But is this true?
Well, I won't be the one to find out.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra!
There's nothing else.
Alright.
Mr. Tillett. Bewley, home of the elusive Hobbs Barrow. The tracks look quite untarnished. I don't think many trains come through here.
Well, I am at an impasse. I don't know what I need to be doing. I
can't think of any. The blacksmith is right here. I've no need to go inside. The bucket is rusty and full of holes.
Okay, but I can just take it.
This must belong to someone. I should leave it alone.
Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. Sorry, BB10. That wasn't even really that big of an ugh. That wasn't so bad.
I don't wish to take it.
Let's see.
I'm not hungry at the moment. The prices are cheap here. I have nothing.
It was an almost ugh. But almost, but not quite ugh.
I've stored my case in there. A box within a box.
Okay.
A sturdy looking thing, useful to many a weary traveller.
But what about the case that was delivered by Kenneth? Oh, that's right. It's in the shit. How am I supposed to get in there? I gotta go find that other guy who is got the hots for Thomasina. There we go.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
To think, if that station hadn't been built, we would never have met. Blessed be the Midland Railway.
Idiot! That station is the worst decision this village has ever made!
Ooh.
Cyril Farnaby, a miserable man with miserable ideas. I will change your mind even if it kills me.
Yes! Okay, they're busy now. Now I can go break into the postmaster's office. Alright, how do I do this?
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory. A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open.
I'm not a thief, I'm just getting my stuff.
I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I managed to unlock the door. Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
Miss Bateman, I beg for your forgiveness. A matter of grave urgency has arisen in London, and I cannot join you in Bewley. I've packed your usual equipment, and pray you will find local assistance in my absence. I look forward to seeing you upon your return. Yours faithfully, Kenneth Murdoch.
How very frustrating. I wonder what happened. I'd better get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back. Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task. Somehow, no one was there to witness it.
Somehow.
But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother? I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me. Wait. Where is my money? It's not in here. Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything else is in here.
Damn it.
Picks, specimen trays,
Picks?
shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Ah, my lantern. It feels light. There mustn't be any oil inside. I'll leave the rest in the crate. Stanley assured me things would be safe here. No money and no assistant. This is most inconvenient. Still, I've been in worse situations. I've got a tab at the inn for now. I'll worry about money later. I must find that Barrow and get on with the excavation.
Let's see. Chisel. I am broke. And she didn't grab the pickaxe. Dang it. Alright, let's go get that fossil.
Splendid. I've managed to extract it in one piece.
Perfect.
An exceptional ammonite fossil.
Alright, so then we're just gonna go back to there. Ugh, hold on. Ah, sputter. Headset was bugging me.
What do you make of this ammonite?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar.
That's it?
What do you make of this?
Now,
Dang it! Alright, let's see.
I'm not sure what that would achieve. No, that won't achieve anything useful.
Well, I got this ammonite for nothing.
Look, we have the same lantern.
aye, so we do.
That's it. Okay,
day.
come on.
Yes.
I was wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass. Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts. How much coin do you have?
None, I'm afraid.
If you're in a bind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
Okay.
What can I...
Surprise.
Thanks for your...
Aye.
How about this ammonite?
Would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside.
Oh, we're actually making progress today.
There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, she's not giggling anymore.
My lantern is fueled and ready for action.
Oh, hey, Trevor.
Right, let's put this lantern to good use.
Okay. Yeah, the goblin child. It's a little brat.
Jane, come out at once.
Is that a badger?
Goodness me.
It's a honey badger. Those things are little nasty shits. What happened to Jane?
Jane!
silly. What are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hobbs Barrow?
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been a great help.
Okay. Anything here? Anything I can click on? No. North from... I need to get to the church.
As I trudged through the barren moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far. The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance. The townsfolk of Bewley who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs Barrow. The suspicion, the wariness in their eyes.
Hold on. Look.
Okay.
He's got his belly up. Chewie must be feeling really good. Hold on. I gotta show you guys a picture. He's, That's the first time I've seen him, laying like that in a while. Hold on. He looks very... You don't understand. Just seeing him like that makes me so happy. Okay. Enough. Enough of that.
Only now I know it was actually fear. In the end, it was the innocence of a child, young Jane, that condemned me to my fate. The gate opens out into a vast tilled field.
Yes, it is a Chewy Ammonite. He is. I'm so happy
I
to
have
see
no
him
desire
like
to
that.
wander the furrows.
What do you want?
My name is Thomasina Bateman. Mr. Bryden, I presume.
Aye? What do you want, lass?
I understand Hobbs Barrow is located on your land.
Oh, well, yes. Why do you ask?
I am an antiquarian, Mr. Bryden. I'm writing a volume on the Barrows of England.
Oh, I suppose you'll be wanting to dig about it.
If at all possible, Mr. Bryden. I was invited to Bewley by Mr. Leonard Shoulder, who told me such an excavation would be possible.
Leonard Shoulder? Ha! I haven't seen him in years. The last I heard he were on death's door. There's to be no more digging there, lass. Not since it went so badly last time.
What? Last time? Yeah, he does have Hubert teeth.
Was there a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
Aye. Me brother dug it up. Must have been, 25 years ago. You see, whatever he found inside, well, it drove him mad.
Oh?
Aye. I moved back here to look after him. Poor bastard hanged himself not long after.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bryden. That's terrible.
Aye. Time passes, but it were an awful thing.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Bryden.
I live here with my wife, and I might be long in tooth, but I can still run this farm without too much help.
What did your brother find?
Samuel. Samuel were his name.
Sorry, what did Samuel find in the barrow?
I don't know. But something went wrong. Afterward, he could barely speak. You couldn't make out a word, like.
That must have been hard.
You lost a hand in that excavation too, you know.
Goodness me, how?
I try hard not to speculate on what might have happened, lass. I'd see him disappear into that barrow, dragging timber in with him. You'd hear him hammering away for hours. I offered him help, but he'd have none of it. Soon enough, he blocked the entrance off. To look at it now, you'd never know the thing we dug up. The land has reclaimed it.
Who else was involved in the excavation?
2 others, I believe. Outsiders, perhaps. I can't say for sure. I think they left town pretty swiftly afterwards. I lived in Bakewell at the time. I only moved back here to look after Samuel. I took over the farm when he passed away.
I see. What can you tell me about your farm?
Samuel's fair to side. We're a fortunate family. The soil is fertile here. Crops grow without too much trouble. All the other farmers round here raise livestock, even Lord Panswick. We grow feed for him.
Most fortunate, Mr. Bryden.
Lord Panswick?
Is your wife home?
She's out in fields, lass, pulling weeds. The curse of such fertile soil. 40 years we've been married. I couldn't do it without her, you see.
How splendid.
Aye, my wife is a fine woman. Are you married, lass?
No. I've had my fair share of proposals, Mr. Bryden, but that's not the life for me.
Marriage is an important institution. You'll find a man one day.
I manage rather well without one, Mr. Bryden.
We're getting information about this Barrow. It's gonna be good. Hopefully.
You haven't seen Mr. Shoulder for some time?
I hear about him now and then, but it must be a good few years since I set eyes on him.
He hasn't been here to visit Hobbs Barrow?
Not to my knowledge. I heard he's beset by ailments. Don't leave his home often.
How odd. I assumed he'd spoken to you about my visit.
Not at all.
Hopefully we get some pixelated blood. I do like myself a good pixelated bloody scene.
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
He keeps us going. Most of our crops go to feed his animals.
What is he like?
Oh, I've hardly laid eyes on him. He sends his workers here to pick up the crops.
I see. You say Mr. Shoulder is at death's door. What exactly ails him?
I'm unsure. It's just what I've heard. I wouldn't want to speculate on matters that are not my business.
Mr. Bryden, may I please have your permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow?
No. Have you not been listening, lass? Samuel found something in there that's best left to rot. No digging here, lass.
Wouldn't you like to find out more about what Samuel found in there?
Perhaps. But Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. You don't want to tempt the same fate, lass.
Perhaps I can at least see Hobbs Barrow.
I suppose you've come a long way to be here, lass.
All the way from London, Mr. Bryden.
Have you any proof of all you've told me?
You wish to see proof of what, Mr. Bryden?
I can't let any Tom, Dick or Harry wander around me fields. What proof have you of your claims?
Well, what about my letter?
Thanks for your time.
Ta-ra.
Let's see.
Here is proof that Mr. Shoulder invited me to Bewley in order to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Leonard making bold promises, I see.
He just scratched his butt.
Don't make me regret this. But yes, you can have a look at it.
Thank you.
Any road. Once you've set your eyes on it, you won't be wanting to outdo with it. The place gives one a queer feeling.
So where can I find it?
Through that gate to your left. Just head straight across the top to the field there. After 10 minutes or so, you'll see Barrow, set on a hill ahead.
Thank you again, Mr. Bryden. I really do appreciate it.
Alright. Time to go check it out. I really should have an umbrella.
I probably should have brought my umbrella.
Right? Alright, what is this?
Perhaps I could take a closer look.
AR.
AR. I haven't a clue what that can be referring to.
It's probably a name.
Finally, here it is. Hobbs Barrow.
So it's,
Indeed, a barrow of a most unusual rectangular form. I've not seen something like this since West Kennet Long Barrow. Yes, this shall make a fine entry for my book. What secrets do you conceal, I wonder?
time to get digging.
In good time.
Dang it.
That smell. Earthy and sweet.
Three, 2, 1. You can open your eyes now, Thomasina. Come. Are you ready for your first excavation?
Yes, Daddy.
Capital. Make sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
How exciting.
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Thank you, Daddy.
Gabby, really? Of course you'd be looking. Oh my god. Well, they definitely are. You can even see the nipples. Alright, what am I doing?
Thomasina, we don't excavate with our bare hands.
Alright, what do I have? I don't have anything. Oh, here's a trowel.
Now I'm ready.
Oh, come on, use it to...
No treasures here.
She does have a pickaxe. It's in her box, but I didn't get to
Nothing
grab
here.
it. Oh, my glasses have smudgies.
Treasure! Daddy, I found the treasure! Look!
Well done, little bird. Your first successful excavation. That urn you're holding is very old and precious. Take good care of it, all right?
I will, Daddy. I promise.
Okay. Well, I guess all we did was look at it. We can't really dig until the old man dies or something. We just gotta wait for him to die.
Darkness falls quickly here. I should make my way back to the inn. I shouldn't disturb him at this late hour.
It's not that late. Ooh, a
This
bucket.
is not mine to take.
Okay, we'll just have to wait
The
for him to
empty
die.
bucket smells of rancid milk.
Ew.
It's fast asleep. I wonder what goats dream of. I don't wish to risk waking it up. I don't wish to risk...
Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, alright, let's see. Man, okay, I guess I gotta... I didn't call him a dork. Stop it. Alright, man. Ooh. Lens flare. Bloom. Oh, look at all the people here.
Good evening, Mr. Crozier.
Evening. Thanks again for the fossil, lass. 'Tis truly a beauty.
You're most welcome. How long have you been collecting fossils?
Ever since I were a boy. The moors look a barren place, but there are plenty of fossils to be found in the rock formations. All manner of creatures to uncover.
Such a playground for a young lad. What's your favourite piece in your collection?
The ammonite you gave me today. The most recent is always the best.
Indeed.
What about you, lass? Do you collect out?
I do. You see, I'm writing a book on the Barrows of England. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England. I document all my findings.
But what do you collect?
Pottery, tools and such?
Bones too, no doubt.
No, I leave those in place.
You've got a morbid heart, lass. Fussing about in old graves like that.
We're not dissimilar in that we both take an interest in the remains of the long gone.
I suppose you have a point there. How's your book coming along, then?
Very well, thank you. Though I'm rather keen to begin my chapter on Hobbs Barrow. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Who are these fine gentlemen?
Good evening, gentlemen.
What are you gonna do about him?
If he thinks he can take her away from here, he's got another thing coming. I am gonna knock his bloody block off. In fact, I can think of a better punishment. Oi, what do you want, lady? Piss off.
Dang
You
it.
heard the man.
Charming.
Piss off. Alright.
Good evening, sir. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Hey, there's a cat on the floor.
I don't wish to wake him up.
Aw, but I want to pet the kitty. Alright.
Hello again, Cyril.
You're still here?
Did Mr. Long convince you of the virtues of Bewley Station?
What the hell do you think? Now bugger off and leave me to me drink.
He seems even more wound up than usual.
Good evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley. I found Hobbs Barrow.
Oh, remember what I said, Miss Bateman? There are stories connected to that place.
Yes, stories you won't elaborate on, I might add. Don't worry about me, Stanley. I'm quite capable of warding off imagined fiends.
I have no doubt, but please leave that place be.
I've come this far, there's no turning back now.
That's precisely what worries me.
A mug of your finest ale, please.
More ale, please.
There we are. That's 2 pence on your account.
Thank you.
2 pence?
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Alright. Going to my room. And then I'm going to the bathroom. Actually, I'm going to the bathroom first.
Time for bed. Tomorrow I shall convince Mr. Bryden to allow me to begin my excavation.
Miss Bateman. How are you?
Tired.
Gonna buy you a drink?
Are there multiple endings to this? Maybe I can get more information from Mr. Tillett.
One won't hurt.
Excellent. I feel bad about what happened last night. I'm sorry I can't remember it.
That's all right, Mr. Tillett. Alcohol can do all sorts of damage to one's memory.
I was thinking that maybe if we had another drink tonight, I might remember what happened.
I'm not sure that's logical.
But worth trying?
I don't need any further convincing.
Take your seat, Miss Bateman. I shall return with the goods.
Oh, is he actually buying? He's buying this time. Oh yeah, I'm all burritoed up. I'm
To
cocooned.
Leonard Shoulder.
Wherever he may be. I've been meaning to ask you something.
Yes?
Why did Leonard Shoulder ask you to dig up Hobbs Barrow?
Despite his disappearing act the previous evening, not to mention his questionable sobriety, I decided Mr. Tillett was to be my ally. I spoke again of Mr. Shoulder's letter, his proposed excavation, and my status as an antiquarian and barrow digger. He was fascinated and quite excited at the prospect of meeting the soon-to-be author of a real-life book.
You must find all manner of riches on your digs.
Barrow digging is not all success, Mr. Tillett. Often I'll come across the likeliest of sites steeped in promise. We set to work with shovel and pick and all the other barrow opening paraphernalia you can imagine. Every stone carefully taken down, every shovel full of earth put dutifully through the sieve, and we find nothing. Or you may find a miserable remnant of animal bone or a shard of pottery hardly to be recognized from the peat in which it decayed. Sometimes it's as if some Neolithic humorist prepared an elaborate practical joke for your special benefit.
It still sounds much more exciting than spending your days sitting in England's most remote railway station.
Are you all right, Mr. Tillett?
I've had another argument with Agnes.
Your wife?
Aye. She didn't want me coming to the plough tonight. Truth is, I've been drinking my life away since my mother passed.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry for your loss.
You're kind, Miss Bateman. Thank you. It's been a year since the old girl left us. She had a horrible end, wasting away, day by day. Consumption got her. She was naught but bones by the end. I can't get the image out of my mind. She were everything to me.
I'm so sorry.
I apologise for going on, Miss Bateman. It's not appropriate.
Don't worry, Mr. Tillett. I appreciate your openness.
Used to love going for walks out in the moor, my mother and I, ever since I were a little one. She'd get a tear in her eye as she looked out upon it. She loved this land. I asked Mr. Crozier to build a bench, which we've erected at a favourite lookout spot on the moors. Margaret's Lookout, we called it.
Oh, the
Aye.
bench.
That's a beautiful tribute.
Aye. If you take a seat there, do keep her in your thoughts, won't you?
Of course, Mr. Tillett. I can relate in some manner. My father had an accident when I was very young. He's still alive, but he can neither move nor speak. He spends his entire life bedbound and incapable of communicating or looking after himself in any way.
How dreadful.
He was a barrow digger himself, an antiquarian of some renown. He taught me so much, even though I was so young. I think writing this book is my way of carrying on his work. It helps me reclaim those earlier memories of him, and I visit him often to tell him all about my excavations.
Can he hear you?
I've no idea. The doctors aren't sure. I'd do anything to make him better, Mr. Tillett. I'd do anything to bring him back to the man he was. I am in a state of suspended mourning for a man caught between life and death.
Dreadful. Just dreadful.
We all have our weaknesses. Mine just happens to be my father.
And what of your mother?
A cold woman. We haven't talked in quite some time. I think she blamed me for my father's accident somehow.
You were but a child.
Indeed. She thus saw it fit that a governess should raise me as she spent her life grieving for my father.
Well then, I propose a toast.
A toast to what?
A shared sense of loss.
I'll toast to that, Arthur. Now then, enough of this wallowing.
Let us be merry. Another round.
I really shouldn't. But I did. And another after that.
Oh boy.
And another. The frustrations of my visit to Bewley slipped away with each swill of Stanley's finest ale. We had great fun that night, Mr. Tillett and I. I treasure the memory.
Go on then. Let's hear those pipes.
Mustn't.
Oh, jeez.
Sing the song.
You're incorrigible.
Please.
Shush.
Make a sad man happy.
Oh, all right then.
You actually gonna sing?
Clasps, celts, and arrowheads I'll try. to claw within my clutch. And if a shield I should espy, I'll vow there ne'er was such.
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull!
That doesn't sound like a very happy song. Oh, I'm dreaming.
Hello, Thomasina.
What is this? Who are you?
I'm the one that saved your father.
What do you mean?
You were here 25 years ago.
My father?
You were deep down with the others. You were there, and something went wrong. I dragged him out.
Impossible.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
I don't understand.
Believe my words. You'll find proof in morning.
What?
Now go. One more thing. This is not a dream.
What? The second day? Expiscore? How do you say that? Expiscore? I gotta look that one up.
Goodness, that was a terrible sleep.
Oh yeah, because you were drunk. What's this?
What's this? There's a strange stone strapped to the cover.
It's a chimkin! Day 1. Arrived after a decent day's ride from Bakewell. This is a curious place. Locals seem distant. I'm to meet my local contact tomorrow, so it will be an early night for me. I shall try to keep a diary of my stay here and not give up by day 3 of the excavation as usual. Despite the thrill of possible new discoveries, I cannot stop thinking about my dear wife and wonder if I should have left her in her current state. I must have faith that she will conquer this bout of illness. Day 4. True to form, my journal has been abandoned. Let that not speak for the excitement I feel for this excavation. After much preparation, we dig tomorrow. Such an exceptional site with a unique history. As for the dangers, we shall meet them head first. We are prepared. I also sought out a local wise woman yesterday, and she provided me with a tincture for my beloved's nausea gravidarum. I am sure she shall be pleased with it upon my return. Lo, a place of miracles. A planted seed sprouted before our eyes and illuminated our path. Nature's laws hold no meaning here, but I clutch my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. What? Epsilon? What is all this stuff? We found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7th Archontic? What is this ridiculousness? When the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. This is craziness. Hey, it's the moon on Mr. Shoulder's door. A dead language reveals the path, for thou art the moon. The chief of the stars, listen to the things that I have said. Follow the words of my mouth, reveal thyself to me. I heard a whisper, not once, again and again. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit.
It appears to be a journal, full of hogwash. I don't recognize the handwriting.
Dang straight it's hogwash.
Maybe Stanley knows more about it.
Good morning. How's your head, Miss Bateman? That were quite the tune you treated us to last night.
To be honest, Stanley, I've felt better. I take it you slid this journal under my door?
I beg your pardon?
The journal, Stanley.
I certainly did no such thing. Nor could have anyone else. You're the only guest staying here.
What's the meaning of all this? Do you propose that it manifested itself out of thin air?
Well,
Yeah, I don't think it was him.
I'm sorry. I just don't understand how else it could have got there. Are you sure there was no one else here overnight?
without doubt.
How very, very peculiar.
So, what does it say inside?
Why wouldn't he be able to be trusted? There's gotta be more than one ending to this game.
Take a look.
Well, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Neither can I.
Maybe someone else in the village can help you with it.
What do you make of this stone?
That's a funny looking thing. It's got a cockerel on it.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
Do you ever have strange dreams, Stanley?
Me? I sleep as sound as a baby.
I had one such dream last night. It was so vivid.
What were it about?
He sleeps as sound as a BB-10.
I was at Hobbs Barrow.
Oh?
But everything was different. Great peaks soared in the distance. And there was a creature.
A creature, you say?
Yes, a short, robed fellow, eyes as black as pitch. It told me that my father had been there in Hobbs Barrow many years ago, but something went wrong, and the creature helped him escape. It said that I would find proof in the morning.
Oh, the journal! You've had a premonition, lass.
Please, Stanley, I've no time for that nonsense. But I'll admit it's a strange coincidence.
Now, what did I tell you about Hobbs Barrow?
That I should leave it alone?
Aye.
Hogwash.
Your dream reminds me of a story from my childhood. An old folk tale about Hobbs Barrow.
What is this folk tale you mention?
Well, when I were a wee boy, there were talk of a goblin.
Goblin?
They say he lived inside Hobbs Barrow, hence the name, Hobbs Barrow. Hob, coming from hobgoblin, of course. Unfortunately, I don't remember anything else about it.
I was told not to believe in such fairy tales, Stanley.
Don't close your mind to such things, lass. I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you more.
Perhaps, if I ever meet him. Goodbye.
See you soon.
I did see this. Oh,
Good
who's
morning,
this?
Mr. Kemp.
Dang it, I want to get the shiny.
Dear Miss Tompkins.
I'm here for his lordship's paper.
Sorry, lass. Mr. Price hasn't dropped them off this morning. I heard he actually left the village yesterday.
Indeed, I can vouch for that.
Ma'am?
Good day.
Oh dear. His lordship won't be pleased.
My sincerest apologies, Miss Tompkins.
I'll come back in a few days. Ta-ra.
Goodbye.
Alright, shiny. Oh, it's a knife!
The knife is stuck deep in the table. Goodness me, I can't budge it.
Be careful, Miss Bateman. You'll cut yourself. I spent all morning trying to get that bloody thing out. I shall be having words with that scoundrel next time he shows his face.
Curses.
We have our very own Excalibur. It's all yours if you can pull it out, King Arthur.
Let's see. Maybe I can use the chisel.
I do not wish to damage Mr. Kemp's table any further than it already has been.
Alright. How about the glove?
No, that won't achieve anything useful. I do not wish to...
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to come back later.
Right. I need to convince Mr. Bryden to let me excavate Hobbs' Barrow and find out where this journal came from. Curses! I forgot I had this worm in my pocket. Poor thing is dead now. Rest in peace, Kenneth.
What is a dead... Wait. No! The worm's gone! I'm gonna have to go get more worms at some point, I think.
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Poor little guy. He just wanted to live his best life.
Good morning, Father Roach.
Ah, Miss Bateman. What a pleasure to see you again. Have you tracked down Mr. Shoulder yet?
Don't get me started.
I'll take that as a no.
Indeed. Do you recognize this journal?
What a tatty old thing. You ought to take better care of your possessions, Miss Bateman.
It's not mine.
Then whose is it?
That's precisely what I'm trying to find out.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I haven't seen it before.
What do you make of this stone?
I don't recognize the symbol from any Christian iconography. Did you make it yourself?
No, never mind. What brings you to the square today?
I'm meeting a couple of young congregation members to go over some scripture. You're welcome to join us.
Thank you, Father Roach, but I have quite a busy day ahead of me.
We will be at St. Edmund's, should you wish to join us later.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
Oh yes, a rather important fellow around here. His vast land holdings give many a steady employment.
I hear he is renovating an old chapel on his land.
Aye, I've heard such reports. He believes this to be a godless land, something I wholeheartedly disagree with. To which god his chapel will be dedicated to remains a matter of concern.
Why do you say that?
Oh, my apologies. Don't listen to my oafish
What
conjecture.
is going on with
Let
this?
us move on.
Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
I bet you this Lord Panswick is a fine
Beating raw
guy.
metal into a fine object is an admirable skill. The blacksmith looks closed.
Okay, let's look at my to-do list. Explore Bewley. Convince Mr. Bryden to allow the excavation. Find out more about the mysterious journal, and investigate local folklore. Yeah, he's a fine guy. He's a fine fellow. He's okay.
I don't think anyone is home.
When will I ever be able to go into these buildings?
Father Roach is standing over there by the blacksmiths.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Same to you, Trevor.
This young fellow looks miserable.
Why is he still out here?
Hello, Wally.
Go away! You
Hey.
gave the door back to my sister.
It wasn't very nice of you to bury her favourite toy, Wally.
I gave it to the fair folk, and you stole it back from them.
You don't really believe in fairies, do you? You're old enough to know better.
They're real, and thanks to you, I'm cursed.
There's no such thing as curses either, Wally.
Go away!
Well, Wally. No, I have not found another husbando. I haven't even played anything that there would be a new husbando in. Fatal Frame, no. No, it's the same old husbando in Mass Effect. When do I get to meet up with Garrus again? Yeah, no, that's about it.
The road disappeared.
Oh my god, come on. Eventually I'm gonna have to go out this way. I have been feeling the need to play some more Fire Emblem at some point. I'm gonna have to finish Mass Effect 3 and then jump into like a Fire Emblem. I'm thinking.
These flowers look pretty. Someone must take good care of them. Mr. Long mustn't be in.
Oh. he's married. Sheesh. I can't have any husbandos that are already married. Nothing going on here. I can, but I don't want to. Alright, what am I supposed to be doing here? Let's No, it has.
Thomasina!
Good morning, Arthur.
You look a bit addled. Are you feeling all right?
I am not used to drinking as much as we did.
Aye, my head is pounding.
To tell you the truth, Arthur, I've had a somewhat puzzling morning.
Oh?
Someone slipped this journal under the door of my room.
Whose journal is it?
I have no idea. The text refers to some sort of excavation.
Stanley must be playing tricks on you.
He swore his innocence. I thought perhaps you might have done it?
No, it wasn't me. That's for certain. Somehow I have a clear memory of last night.
I wonder who left me this journal then.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Please, go ahead.
The writings of a madman.
I don't disagree.
I bet it's
Did
her
the
father's
sketches mean
journal.
anything to you?
No, not at all. But they turn me stomach. You might want to show this to Mother Mildred.
Mother Mildred?
Who is Mother Mildred?
Some think her a witch.
A witch?
Aye. She might be able to help you with the symbols.
Where can I find her?
She lives alone in a little cottage within Herne Wood here. You shouldn't have too much trouble finding her.
Thanks, Arthur.
You're welcome.
What do you make of this stone?
It's a good shape for skimming across water. What is it?
I'm not sure. It was strapped to the cover of the journal.
How mysterious.
I had a splendid time last night.
Aye. I even remember most of it this time. Thanks for listening to me going on. I really appreciate it.
The feeling is mutual. Thank you too, Arthur. Shouldn't you be manning the station?
The line is down. Track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. No trains for a day or more.
Does that mean I'm stranded here?
For the time being, Thomasina.
Capital. Why do people think Mother Mildred is a witch? Just because a woman lives alone in the woods doesn't mean she flies about on a broomstick.
There's more to it than that. They say she lays with demons.
What?
Who are they?
Oh, you know, local folk.
And you.
Hogwash.
Some also go to her for potions and spells.
Spells? Come now, Arthur.
Truth be told, she's a nice old lady. I sometimes see her foraging in the brambles around here.
Will she burn at the stake sometime soon?
You might think us backward in Bewley, Thomasina, but we're not that backward.
Sorry, Arthur. I only meant to tease. Goodbye.
Ta-ra!
It's not me. Stop it. Alright. No, I don't.
Thomasina, dear, come say goodbye to your father. Come on now, don't make him wait.
I don't want to.
Aren't you going to miss me?
I hate you, Daddy.
Those are strong words for such a little lady.
I want to come with you.
We've been through this, little bird. You can't come with me this time.
But we'll go to Seaborough next month. I promise.
Oh, what a dig that shall be.
I hate you.
Well, I love you. See you soon, little bird.
There is, but I haven't played them.
Please, forgive my intrusion. Are you Mother Mildred?
Some call me that. I prefer Mildred Walker, given as that's my name.
Apologies. Thomasina Bateman. I think we met at Bewley Station.
I take it Panswick's men have cleared off. Good riddance. Those ruffians would cut their own noses off if he asked them to. I recognised you the moment I laid eyes on you at the station.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, yeah, it's quite a striking family resemblance. You have your father's eyes, Miss Bateman.
You knew my father?
Such piercing blue eyes he had. What a handsome young man. William.
He was here, in Bewley.
Oh, yes. A long time ago, mind. 25 years by my reckoning. But I'll never forget those eyes.
He was at Hobbs Barrow. Oh, Julia got up and flipped over. All right.
Why was my father in Bewley?
He were helping Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow.
You must be jesting.
Do I look like I'm jesting?
No, he wasn't her husband, though.
How did you come to meet my father?
One might say I have a reputation in these parts. Folks from all around come to me for help with their ailments. Hernwood is abundant with flora that, if mixed correctly, will cure almost any ill. Your father must have caught wind of this, as one day he came to me, asking for a cure.
A cure for what?
Your mother was with child, and she was suffering the most terrible nausea.
Adam.
I made something to help her.
The journal. This was entered in the journal. It belongs to my father.
Told ya.
What journal?
Yes, he is a flipped Ammonite.
Take a look at this. A passage recalls meeting a local wise woman to seek a tincture for his beloved's nausea gravidarum.
Aye, that's me. I made the tincture for him.
This is incredible.
You don't recognise your own father's handwriting?
It's been so many years since I've seen it. What do you make of this stone?
I-A-W. I haven't a clue. Perhaps it's an old folk trinket, or a talisman of some kind. The moors are steeped in folklore.
What can you tell me about the excavation?
Well, not much. I only met your father twice. The last time he asked me if I knew anything about binding magic.
Binding?
Binding magic?
He said he needed it for the excavation.
Hogwash. My father is a man of logic and reason. Why would he be asking about such nonsense?
Perhaps you don't know him as well as you think you do. Anyway, I know nothing of magic and told him so. He seemed disappointed. I never saw him again, but I understand the excavation went ahead. Samuel Bryden hanged himself not long after. Reason enough for you to stay well clear of that place.
You never saw my father again after the excavation?
No, I always assumed he just went home.
Who excavated Hobbs Barrow alongside Samuel Bryden and my father?
From memory, it were just the two of them.
What do you think my father meant by binding magic?
I've no idea. He didn't explain more and I didn't wish to pry.
This just doesn't sound like my father at all.
You'll have to ask him yourself.
I'm afraid my father has been incapacitated since I was a child. He cannot speak nor move.
Terrible. Oh, I'm sorry.
You said that the flora here could cure almost any ill.
Almost, my dear. But your father's affliction sounds beyond my abilities.
The landlord of the Plough and Furrow told me about a folk tale associated with Hobbs Barrow. Something about a goblin. Are you familiar with it?
No doubt there is such a tale. Name any beastie you can think of and someone round here will have a story about it.
My thoughts precisely. Charles Bryden mentioned there was a third man involved in the excavation.
Is that so? Well, you best ask him about it. He knows more than I do.
Can you tell me anything about Leonard Shoulder?
I know of him, as is the nature of such a small town. I also know he invited you here.
Little escapes you, Miss Walker.
So they say. My path rarely crosses with his. Let's put it that way. But he's a nice enough fellow.
I see. Do you know Lord Panswick?
I know his labourers make a mess of these woods, the brutes. The man himself hasn't graced me with his presence.
You've never met him?
Not since he were a wee lad. A maid brought him to me with a sore stomach. It were all the rich food they were feeding him, nowt more.
Thank you for your help, Ms. Walker.
Rich food.
I shouldn't enter uninvited.
Why not? Okay, let's...
What are those berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, no good for eating. However, they do have some medicinal qualities.
I see. They look somewhat like juniper berries.
Well, I guess that's everything I can do here. Now what? Well, I did. Arthur has my kid. Okay, well, I
can't. There's nothing else I wish to discuss.
Alright, I guess that's it.
Miss Babe.
What?
Yes.
Remember what I told you when we first met? You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
Why?
Something terrible happened to Samuel Bryden in that barrow. Whatever they found down there, I'd wager it got to your father too. Tell me you won't disturb Hobbs Barrow.
I can't make that promise, Mildred.
Can't say I didn't warn you. There is something unnatural about that place.
We must seek to understand the world by rational means, Ms. Walker. One cannot abandon reason.
You can totally show up and play with Chewie. He probably would love it.
Thomasina! Thomasina, come here this instant.
I'm playing with Josephine.
She can wait. This is very important.
He wouldn't let you. You can't kidnap him. Or catnap him.
What is it, Mummy?
It's your father.
Daddy's home?
No, my dear. I must go to Bakewell with haste. Miss Bowes will look after you whilst I'm gone. Is that clear?
Where's Daddy?
He's had an accident.
What happened?
He's come off his horse.
Silly Daddy. Will he be all right?
Of course he will be fine. Your father is as strong as an ox, but I need to go collect him, all right?
Can't I come too?
No, dear. Miss Bowes will look after you.
But I want to come.
Go pick up your dolls, then come inside, all right?
Yes, Mummy. Josephine, it's time to go inside now. Where did Mummy go?
Wait, now what? Alright, so is that finally? Yeah, it's done. I still have to investigate the local folklore. What was that? Is that a squirrel?
I shan't be visiting the badgers again. I was lucky to escape intact.
That was a red squirrel.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
So, Baby 10, you're saying you're a hobgoblin. Is that what you're saying? You're a hobgoblin.
Arthur, you won't believe it. The journal belongs to my father. He was here in Bewley. Arthur?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to remember something.
What is it?
I'm not sure. Something in the woods. It will come back to me. You say your father were in Bewley?
Yes. Mildred said that he helped Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow 25 years ago.
Well, I'll be. Let's talk about it tonight at the plough.
Well, I feel like something's not right.
Arthur, I must tell you about the dream I had. I was at Hobbs Barrow and there was a creature. It told me it saved my father from something inside and that I would find proof of this in the morning. Sure enough, when I awoke, the journal was in my room. Mildred confirmed the journal belonged to my father. The creature told me it could help my father again. I mean, it was merely a dream. I don't know what to think anymore. Arthur? Arthur, are you listening? Fine then, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
I hope you piece together your memories.
Huh. You're babbling. Alright.
Mummy?
Get away from the fire, Thomasina.
What are you burning?
Nothing. Just waste. Now go inside.
Abrax. Mummy, what is this?
Waste. Burn it.
She's like getting rid of all of his writings, I'm guessing.
Good day, Mr. Bryden.
Miss,
I'll
stop you there. I know what you're going to ask. No, I haven't changed my mind. There'll be no digging here, lass.
Mr. Bryden, allow me to explain. There has been an astonishing development this morning.
Yes?
My father was with your brother during the excavation.
Oh.
Yes. Can you believe it? I had no idea he had been here.
The answer's still no, lass. I saw what happened to poor Samuel. I won't risk the same happening to anyone else.
But...
That's enough now. You can feast your eyes on that hovel to your heart's content, but there'll be no digging.
Oh boy. Maybe...
What do you make of this stone, Mr. Bryden? It was strapped to my father's journal.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. By God. Wait here a moment. I need to get something from inside.
What?
I waited for what felt like an age. I now realise that Mr. Bryden must have been in a great debate with himself, wondering whether or not to share his own piece of the mystery with me. The goat stared at me, seemingly in pity, as I stood there in that rolling fog. Finally, Mr. Bryden emerged.
Now then, as far as I know, what I have here is the only thing that Samuel brought back from Barrow. Take a look.
Incredible! A pear!
That's been in my drawer ever since Samuel passed. I suppose it might be important, so I kept it safe. Fate is clearly playing a part in your arrival, lass.
Please, Mr. Bryden, allow me to excavate Hobbs Barrow, a place that is no more than dirt and stone.
You're not gonna give up, are you, lass?
I'm not.
Samuel managed to say one thing about those men that helped him. I think it's time I tell you.
Yes?
He stuttered out that one of those fellows could barely walk after they got out of there. Tongue-tied too, the man were.
My father.
You what?
My father. He had an accident around 25 years ago that left him bedbound and unable to talk.
Aye, could be him.
My mother told me it happened in a horse riding accident.
Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. Something unnatural occurred, I know it.
Mr. Bryden, we must rely on our rational faculties to explain any...
Promise me you'll be careful. Any sign of trouble, leave without hesitation and we board that accursed place up again. Understood?
Wait, you're giving me permission to excavate?
Aye. Against me better judgment. I don't have the energy to stop you, lass.
Thank you so much. I am grateful.
Don't make me regret my decision. Take Samuel's stone.
Are you sure?
Aye. Give it back to me when you're finished, though.
I promise. Thank you. I'll be sure to show you my discoveries, Mr. Bryden.
I'd rather you don't. Now then, I've got things to get on with.
I don't suppose you can spare any labour to help me with the dig?
Don't push your luck, lass. Market's on today. Plenty of able-bodied men about. Ta-ra now.
All right.
And like that, I finally had permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow. As exciting as that was, I was distracted by what Mr. Bryden said of his brother's associate. There was no doubt in my mind that father was the stricken man he spoke of. You told me he was crippled after coming off his horse. Why did you lie to me? To protect me, to stop me from following in his footsteps. You failed, and so did Charles Bryden. He should have said no. He should have never given me that stone.
Uh-oh. Now what? Now what? Spando from the market. I still want to meet Mr. Penswick. Or Lord Penswick. Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright, I need to find workmen. Let's go to...
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah, dang it.
Good day.
Hey up.
Look at this, Mr. Crozier. It's my father's journal.
Oh, aye? Why are you showing me?
Did you slip it under my door last night?
Ha! Have you gone daft? Why would I have your father's journal?
Never mind. Did the sketches inside mean anything to you?
Looks like a load of rubbish to me.
I found out my father visited Bewley 25 years ago. William Bateman, perhaps you remember him?
I would have been just a lad. What were he here for?
That's what I intend to find out.
I will. Don't worry, Trevor.
What do you make of these stones?
Don't look like out to me.
Are you familiar with any local folklore?
Oh, aye. The old cobbler used to tell me some rat stories. Swore he sold a pair of boots to a goblin when he were a young man.
A goblin, you say? I take it this cobbler was a regular at the Plough and Furrow?
Never drank a day in his life. Sober as a judge. Have you been to the Devil's Toe?
Yes, I'm familiar with the cairn.
Some say they've seen the goblin's daughter there, playing her fiddle. Can't say I've seen her myself, mind.
What?
Do you know any other stories about this goblin?
I don't have the time to be standing here gossiping about old wives' tales.
Apologies. I'm having some trouble extricating a knife from a table in the Plough and Furrow. Might I borrow a pair of pliers?
A knife, you say? I can get that out for you.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Crozier.
Think nothing of it. Wait here.
Nice.
That were a struggle. Here you are.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Now I have a knife. I can cut people now. If I need to. Alright. Cobbler.
I don't think anyone is home.
Alright, we're gonna go to the Devil's Toe. Nope.
What a peculiar name. I can't...
Alright, that's nothing there. Where am I supposed to go next? Let's see. Explore Bewley. Investigate local float. Find workmen for my excavation. I just don't know where to find workmen. Yeah. Here. Use chisel with the carved stone.
That is not coming off.
Why not? Alright, fine.
No, that's not it. That is not coming off. Mr. Shoulder continues to prove himself elusive.
Now what? Map. Alright. No. No. Should I just go to the Barrow? I don't know. Attention, Bewley Station is closed for the time being due to track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. Midland Railway. Perfect. Alright, anybody at the church? Oh, it's a doggo.
Hey, boy.
Time to follow the dog. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Oh. Who's this?
Hello, dear.
Good day.
Sydney, must you be so unruly? Run along home now, won't you?
Aww. She's a sweet doggo.
I believe we've met.
Miss Thomasina Bateman, the famous antiquarian.
My reputation precedes me.
I can assure you it does.
And you are?
James.
Are you a painter?
You see this beck before you. Look at the water. See how it tumbles and falls. I seek one spot on which my eyes can rest. Be it a stone or a small corner of the current, I meet it with my gaze, and out of the tumbling and falling, a new land rises. I see a new world.
You certainly have the eloquence of an artist. What are you painting?
A new world.
Quite the ambition.
Indeed, my ambition knows no bounds.
Can I see it?
Not yet. It's not finished. Such a world is not complete without you in it.
What? You flatter me, James.
Nonsense. Say you'll let me paint you.
What? Why not?
Why not?
Magnificent. You shall be the shining star of my new world.
I don't really have the time now, though. Perhaps later?
Don't fret, my dear. When the time comes, I shall call on thee.
Capital. What do you make of this stone?
It looks antique. You might want to keep a hold of it.
Why is it lewd? He's just gonna... I don't understand how painting her is lewd.
Do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I'd like to know more about you, Thomasina. What time do you like to rise in the morning? How do you like your tea? What makes you happy?
Oh, man. A little flirting doesn't hurt.
Well, I like to rise early and watch the sunrise.
With your husband, I'm sure.
No, I'm currently unentangled.
Such a view should be shared with at least a lover.
Do you deem yourself fit for this position?
Indubitably. But do go on. How do you like your tea?
Hot, with just a splash of milk.
No sugar, of course.
No sugar.
It rots the teeth. Your smile is as dazzling as the Himalayan snow.
Oh, James.
And finally, what makes you happy?
Spending time with my father.
I should like to meet him.
Perhaps you will. And you, James? I propose the same queries to you.
All in good time. My truths will surround you in good time.
No, what? Why did you automatically going to paint in the nude? Seriously. He's just being a gentleman.
Do you know Leonard Shoulder?
A man of Bewley?
Yes.
I care not for the men of Bewley. Only for the visitors.
Was that your dog?
Yes, his name is Sidney. Quite the excitable pup. Don't mind his bark. The little fellow wouldn't hurt a fly.
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
A fine gentleman. Now that is someone who commands respect.
Do you know him personally?
No, I don't think anyone can really claim that. But what a tiring subject. Shall we discuss something a little more exciting?
Goodbye.
See you soon, my dear.
I don't even remember this guy. Where did we meet him first? Alright, now what? I guess we can go, no, get out of here. Talk to Mildred.
I have nothing else to ask.
Okay, never mind. What? There's a fox. What is this?
The resin has set somewhat. It's firmly gripped to the stump.
What would I need resin for?
I've collected some waxy resin. I've collected this lump of waxy resin.
Okay, well, I don't know what I need it for, but I got it. Nothing here, nothing. No. Well, Mr. Tillman's gone. Yep, nothing.
Hello? Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Did you see a young girl with blonde hair pass by here?
No, lass. There you are. Are you Thomasina Bateman?
Oh, I don't know if I like the look of this guy.
That's my name.
How marvellous. It's me, Leonard Shoulder.
What?
Heavens! I'd given up on finding you.
Please take a seat, Miss Bateman. We have much to discuss.
You've proven to be quite the enigma, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm mortified. I offer you 1,000 apologies. You see, I've been bound to me bed these past few days with a terrible fever.
How dreadful. I take it you're feeling better now?
Aye. I were on me way to find you when I stopped here to catch me breath. I've not much go in me these days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I were worried you'd have given up on me and left town.
I had no idea what had become of you, Mr. Shoulder. I spent a good amount of time pounding on your front door.
I'm embarrassed. I really am. I've been doing my best to sleep through the fever. I am so very sorry. Please accept my apology, Miss Bateman.
Fine, Mr. Shoulder. I've come all this way. Let us speak of the business at hand.
Marvellous.
I've just learned that my father was part of a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow some 25 years ago. Why didn't you mention this in your letter?
What? Where did you hear that?
I have my means.
I swear, Miss Bateman, I had no idea.
I take it you will also deny delivering me my father's journal?
I'm confused. What journal?
My father's journal was slipped under my door at the Plough and Furrow. It wasn't you who did this?
I've been bound to me bed, lass. What an extraordinary coincidence. You are following in your father's footsteps.
It would seem so, Mr. Shoulder.
Alright. Lots of interrogating.
Why did you invite me to excavate Hobbs Barrow?
I've always been curious about the colourful folklore surrounding the place. My father told me all sorts of stories about it when I were a wee fellow. Stories that some folk around here take a little too seriously, especially after those lads entered the Barrow a while back.
How did you know about me?
I saw your interview in the Bakewell Times. A young lady travelling about the land, digging up barrows. Perfect for the job.
But why do you wish to excavate the Barrow?
I want to see what those lads found in there. My curiosity has grown over the years. Now it is time for the mystery to be solved.
I must say I am rather eager to find out what's in there myself. Mr. Bryden has given me permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Marvellous! I'm sorry you've had to sort all this out in my absence. When do we start?
Tomorrow, I hope. But first I need to recruit some locals to assist with the dig. It's too much work for me to do on my own.
I see. Bewley has its fair share of strapping young lads. You'll find assistance, Miss Bateman.
Did you know my father?
I don't believe so. What's his name?
William Bateman. He was in Bewley for at least a few days, from my understanding.
I'm sorry, lass. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Are you sure you had no idea of my father's involvement in the previous excavation?
I'm quite sure. A most fascinating coincidence, but nothing more than that.
I'm starting to wonder if it's more than mere coincidence, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman, I did not take you for a credulous individual.
I'm not of the sort. What can you tell me about the previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
Oh, it were 25 years ago, or thereabout. Back then, Bewley were undergoing a period of great strife. Samuel Bryden hadn't harvested a single crop for 2 seasons. Even Hernwood was sick. Berries went to rot almost as quickly as they grew. Folks started to believe the ground were blighted. Disease spread through the livestock too. People were going hungry, a panic set in.
That sounds terrible.
Aye, but I managed to keep myself fed.
The
These
Chimkins?
things happen in nature, but the blame for it all fell on Hobbs Barrow. It were long said that a goblin made his home there. A rumour took root that the goblin were not best pleased with the villagers. In revenge for some unperceived slight, the goblin placed a curse on the soil itself. The villagers believed that ridding the Barrow of its lodger would put an end to it all.
Hogwash. My father would have paid no heed to such tales.
Whether it were his intent to join the excavation when coming here, I do not know. But whatever it were that Samuel Bryden and those lads did inside that barrow, people say it did the trick. The crop started to grow back, and health returned to the livestock. Bewley were no longer in the grip of dark forces. You must understand, folk here are a superstitious lot. They don't want you disturbing whatever it were those lads did. As far as the villagers are concerned, the problem were fixed. The thought of another excavation must be conjuring panic that you'll undo whatever it were they did.
This does explain a lot.
And it's also why I'd venture nobody around here wants you to touch the place.
Except for you.
I want to know what's there.
Surely you don't believe these tales of goblins and curses to be true?
Not at all. However, I suspect those lads did find something in the barrow. But did it have any connection to failing crops and dying livestock? No. I can assure you there's nothing to fear. Coincidence reigns supreme.
So what do you think they found?
That is for us to discover, Miss Bateman.
Who was the third man who joined my father and Mr. Bryden on the excavation?
I'm afraid I don't know. Although I'd heard about the excavation and I were intrigued by it, I mostly stayed at home during that time. The atmosphere in the village was rather too tense for me liking. And besides, the excavation were undertaken with an air of mystery about it.
Lots of, exposition.
Tell me more of this folklore you mention.
It is said that Hobbs Barrow is home to a goblin. Everyone in Bewley has some version or another of this story. But the version my father told me as a child described the Barrow as a thin place. The goblin were deemed to be the guardian of this so-called thin place.
Thin place?
What is a thin place?
A place where one can walk between worlds, where the flesh meets the spirit world. Just superstition, of course, as you will know.
Tell me more about this goblin.
Some said he were a mischievous little mite, snatching newborn lambs and smashing windows with pebbles. Others said he were friendly, there to lend a helping hand in times of strife. The latter of which makes it all the more surprising as to why the previous excavation took place. My father's stories put the goblin in the mischievous category. Saxnot, he called the creature. I recall one such anecdote, that Saxnot entered Bewley and ordered a pair of boots to be made by the cobbler. However, when collecting them, he insisted on paying for them with a bag of sow's teeth. The cobbler was so scared of angering the goblin that he accepted.
A colourful tale indeed, Mr. Shoulder. Has any explanation been offered for why this Saxnot cursed the soil?
Your guess is as good as mine, lass.
I think I'm gonna have to go see the cobbler and get those, that bag of sow's teeth.
I had a peculiar dream last night. I met a creature at Hobbs Barrow. I suppose you might say it was a goblin. It told me it had saved my father from trouble inside Hobbs Barrow. I'll admit the coincidence of this is somewhat astounding.
A remarkable coincidence, but nothing more than that.
But there is still one thing that puzzles me. The goblin told me proof of its claims would await me in the morning. Surely enough, I awoke to find that my father's journal had appeared in my room.
Very queer indeed.
Mr. Shoulder, you invited me here, to a town I'd never heard of, only for me to discover that my own father was here 25 years before. And not only that, but that he was also embroiled in some sort of superstitious hysteria which goes against everything he ever taught me. Something is wrong here. This must be more than mere coincidence.
It's strange, I'll give you that. But please remember who you are, Miss Bateman.
This is my father's journal.
Incredible. Can I look inside?
You may.
Look at these drawings. Wonder what it all means.
You and I both. It all feels very out of character for my father.
I'm sure you'll find the answers beneath the soil, Miss Bateman.
What do you make of these strange stones, Mr. Shoulder? They seem to originate from the previous excavation. One belonged to my father, the other to Samuel Bryden.
Marvelous things. They look ancient.
I agree. I've never seen anything like them in all my digs. Is this your glove?
I've been looking all over for that. Where did you find it?
In the alley behind the plough and furrow on the night of my arrival. Were you there?
As I say, I've been bedbound for several days, Miss Bateman.
How odd.
Can I please have it back?
Here.
Thank you. We're peas of the same pod, Miss Bateman. I knew you wouldn't be frightened by a few old stories. It will be interesting to see what those lads found in there.
Certainly.
Thank you so very much for responding to my letter and for coming here. We have some great discoveries to make, you and I.
I sincerely hope so.
And a chance to follow in your father's footsteps. Right, time for me to shift these old bones. I'm to take me a spot of the plough and furrow. I'll be there all night should you need me assistance.
Thank you, Mr. Shoulder.
I'm sorry again for giving you the runaround. I promise I am not beyond redemption. I won't let you down again. See you soon.
I'm betting he was the third guy at the excavation.
I'm starting to wonder if Mr. Shoulder even existed.
Yeah, I'm starting to think. And he's not being completely forthright with me. Not completely. But, on that note, we're gonna save. Oh, a name for my save. Let's save this as Chudah 2. And then, is it there? Oh, hold on. No. It's there. Okay, so why do you want me to go to the Devil's Toe?
The day was starting to test me. The word coincidence felt insufficient to explain what was happening. It was after that first conversation with Leonard's shoulder that I started entertaining thoughts of a truly irrational nature. What if my dream wasn't just a dream? What if it was all more than simple coincidence? What if that thing really could help my father? Good day, little one. Hello? What's this? A fiddle bow? There's no string.
I'm supposed to stop. Alright, we'll talk to her and then I gotta stop. I've gotta, I've gotta do some stuff in the kitchen because I feel like the sink is starting to smell a little bit and I gotta get that cleaned up. Clearly, whatever left over. Well, I hit the pot I have soaking. That's probably what's causing it.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours? Don't be shy. I don't mean you any harm. What are you doing out here all alone on the moors? Do you live here? Would you like me to fix your bow so you can play your fiddle again? Yes? Hey! Most peculiar. Perhaps I can mend the bow for her. If memories of my childhood violin lessons serve me right, bowstring is made from animal hair coated in a waxy resin. The strings don't vibrate without it.
Well, I have the waxy resin. But I don't know where to get the animal hair. Alright, let's do this again. Menu. Save. Save.